So yeah, I mean, I think most of you already understand what the exams are, but let's just go through this slide. 3 hours long, problem-solving types of exams, technical exams in your engineering discipline, and a level taken by Canadian engineering students in their undergraduate degree, prepared by professors at the University of Calgary and the University of Alberta who teach in those subjects. The exams are offered twice a year in April or May and in October or November. The Fundamentals of Engineering exam, as I mentioned, is a comprehensive 8-hour exam covering the breadth of material taken in a typical 4-year undergraduate degree in engineering. The technical exam is in the engineer's discipline, and it's administered by the National Council of Examiners in Engineering and Surveying. This is an American organization. The added benefit of the FE, so you're given the choice of the FE or 3 confirmatory exams, or the FE or 5 confirmatory exams. If you're on the FDL, you'll be given 3 exams of the FE, the non-FDL, 5 exams of the FE, that kind of thing. So the added benefit of choosing the FE is it's the first step towards PE licensure in the States. Okay, if you're interested in working in the States one day, or you're working for a company that would also like you to do that, it might be a good idea. The exam sessions are offered in April and October every year. There's other added advantages of taking these exams. One reason is these exams have been in existence for decades in the States, and this organization has a lot of published materials available to help you prepare for the exam. There's also 2-week courses that will help you review for the exam. You can go to these preparation centers and help prepare for the exam and then go and write it. The way, go ahead.
Is that here?
Not in Canada yet. Yeah, but the materials can be ordered from Canada, obviously. Yeah.
So they are not held here?
The exams are held here, but those preparation courses and the centers that offer them are not here. We've had a couple of students who've chosen to do this exam, and the way that they've described them to me, this may not be accurate, but the way they perceived the exam and the way they described it to me was that they were 4 hours in the morning covering a general engineering, sort of general engineering concepts, and then 4 hours in the afternoon more specific in that field. In some cases, you may want to take it, just get it out of the way if you feel strong and you want to do that. These exams are all multiple choice. The FE. At least that's what I've been told. Complementary studies, we've talked about that as well. The board may waive your exams based on your experience and how you describe it if you haven't taken those subjects. Okay, some of you asked about exams and will everybody have to take the exams? How many exams will I have to take? And that kind of thing. Exams can be waived in two ways they can be waived. If you have a master's or PhD from a Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board school or a mutual recognition agreement school in a subject the same or closely related to your undergraduate degree, technical in nature, containing a significant engineering design and analysis component, and it must be a completed master's or PhD. Okay. One thing to think about here, it must be technical in nature, containing significant engineering design and analysis. What that means, I guess for people considering a degree at the University of Alberta, there's 2 master's degrees available to engineers, right? Eng. And Masters of Science, right? Masters of Engineering, Masters of Science. Masters of Engineering, course-based, right? You can take courses, it's sort of like an extended undergraduate schedule, kind of, right? Take the courses, get your master's degree, great. Masters of Science, thesis, research-based, not necessarily course-based, right? Not a huge course component. MEngs are not always strong enough in terms of the technical component. Sometimes the MEng is a Masters of Engineering Management or Construction Management, right? It may not be strong enough to meet these requirements. So if you're considering that, or if you're in the middle of one right now, you may need to talk to your supervisor and make sure that you have an adequate level of technical depth in that degree. Masters of Science, if it's a Masters of Science in Engineering, if it's closely related to your undergraduate degree, it will be accepted. Okay. 10 years of experience or 12 years of experience. Okay, if you're a senior level engineer, it's been 10 or 12 years since you were in school, you don't want to take those tests, right? And you shouldn't have to, in my opinion. If you've worked that long in your profession and you've gained a lot of experience, I don't think you should be forced to prove that you know the same as a 21-year-old and you can pass through those hoops, right? Those academic hoops. So they'll allow 10 years of experience in the case of a foreign degree-less school and 12 years of experience for non-FDL schools. High levels of engineering experience showing increasing technical ability and levels of responsibility, fully referenced. And those exams can be waived. And as I mentioned to you, I've seen people from all over the world apply and provide their experience and have that experience accepted. And those exams waived. Okay? Yeah.
My bachelor in chemistry, but master in environmental engineering. So in that case, it most probably waived or
Environmental engineering from Canada?
no, from Germany.
From Germany?
Yeah.
Well, Germany's not on that list,
No.
so I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Germany is not so good, guys.
I'm not sure, and actually they do put a lot of emphasis on the undergraduate degree. Really. Because in fact, if you take an undergraduate degree followed by a master's degree, the majority of your knowledge comes from that undergraduate degree, right? The master's degree is going to tell you more about something a little bit more specific. But the majority of majority of your engineering education and academic knowledge will come from that undergraduate degree. So sometimes they may treat you like a non-engineering graduate. But like I said, give it to them, make a really strong argument, and maybe they'll accept it.
Okay.
So who can be your references when you're supplying this experience? References must have first-hand personal knowledge of your work experience. References should be from engineers, preferably PEngs, in supervisory roles or colleagues, clients, and friends. Probably in this order. You know, who's going to be a more credible reference? A supervisor or your friend? So they'd like to talk to your supervisors, and they should be supervisors in an engineering role. The reference questionnaire, that's something interesting. Page 21 of that outline again. Page 21. So, the reference questionnaire will have your name on it, the date that the reference completed the questionnaire, your reference's name, their relationship to you. You know, are they your supervisor, your colleague, your client, or your friend? The company that they're in, the time period they're referencing, reference's professional designation, if any. What % of the work performed was at a technologist level or lower? And then they have to answer yes or no to the questions in the middle there. Do you verify that the experience record provided for this reference work is accurate and valid for the time period you're referencing? Was the work performed by the applicant at a professional engineering level? Does the applicant exhibit a good character and reputation?